Calaroga Shark Media.
I thought Sunday's episode was a lot of fun. And also the bonus episode that went out yesterday with Julie Seabaugh. She's the producer of the Mark Maron documentary, Are We Good? In case you missed that. Hello, I'm Johnny Mac with your daily comedy news. Let me calm down here. Let's ease into today. It's just been so much strife with the news stories. Did you hear the news stories yesterday? So let's just do something fun. I've got a new member of the Legion of Cool Comedians. Now, the Legion of Cool Comedians, which I established over the weekend, they are Jim Gaffigan with his bourbon business, Tom Papa, he's doing some bread-making accessories. I'm going to add a couple people this week. So I'm adding to the Legion of Cool Comedians when you're like, who's doing like really cool stuff that you look at and you go, yeah, man, cool. Well, Sebastian Maniscalco, who, by the way, is going to be appearing at the Riyadh Comedy Festival. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to tell you about Frigidaire has teamed up with Sebastian Maniscalco to sell you stone-baked pizza ovens. That's right. They had a big event, and The Nocturnal tells us it was in a loft that couldn't have felt more inviting. The space was bright, industrial, and alive with the scent of fresh sauce and baked dough. Exposed brick, high ceilings, natural light created the perfect setting for Frigidaire's big debut of the gallery range with stone-baked pizza mode. Chef Adam was there teaching everyone how to make pizza. And what could make this even more fun would be Sebastian Maniscalco getting in an appearance before heading over to the Riyadh Comedy Festival, getting some time with the regular folks. He stopped in and demonstrated the stone-baked pizza oven and shared laughs with attendees. And we're told made the experience both educational and highly entertaining. Sounds like a fun event. Good of Sebastian to come by. He probably got a couple bucks for it. He needs the money. I mean, there are some lists that have him as the top touring comedian, but what do I know? I'm a guy in the basement recording a podcast. If you'd like to see Sebastian Maniscalco, he's on tour. He'll be in Las Vegas. He's at the Wynn Las Vegas on October 3rd. He's doing 2 shows. Pete Correale, the Gator, is his opening act there. Also 2 shows on the 4th. Then on the 8th, he'll be in Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. That was just added. And then on the 9th, he'll be at the Sef Arena as part of the Riyadh Comedy Festival. No opener mentioned there, so it doesn't look like Pete Correale, the Gator, will be part of the Riyadh Comedy Festival. And then on October 17th, Sebastian Maniscalco will be in Temecula, California. And he's got some other dates on his website if you want to check that out. Oh, he's got some merch. Let's see, he's got a hoodie. It's a black hoodie with really tiny print that says, "It ain't right." Let's see, I'm going to order myself a large here. $45, not completely unreasonable. You could put that on, sit by the fireplace, eat some Tom Papa bread, have some Jim Gaffigan bourbon. Trying to stay calm on this Monday, guys. You know where this is heading eventually, don't you? You do. Jimmy Kimmel, we never talk about him on this program. His name never comes up. He's in Brooklyn this week. A lot of big guests. Ryan Reynolds, Josh Johnson, Kumail Nanjiani, guys from The Bear. I still haven't watched that. Tom Hanks, and Stephen Colbert. Musical guests, Public Enemy, Renee Rapp, Geese, and Living Color. Those guys are still around. I saw them at Fordham University in 1987 before anybody had heard of them. They were fantastic. I ran out and bought their album. I've been a fan since. True story. They opened for Joan Jett. The internet will probably prove that true if you look that up. Why would I make that up? Why would Johnny Mac be like, you know what? I want to seem cool. I'm going to tell people I saw Joan Jett and Living Color at Fordham University in 1987. Well, I did. Maybe it was 88. I went there in the fall of 87. I don't actually remember when it was, but I believe it was freshman year. See, now I need to prove it to myself. I just talked myself into a corner. If you want me yelling and screaming, that was Sunday's episode. I'm trying to be calm. Well, I don't want to spend 3 hours on this, but I could tell you here on Setlist FM, I see they played in Schenectady in May of 1987. Oh, maybe I can just go through Joan Jett's set list. Hold on. No, I can't find anything. I did go down a rabbit hole there, and I made an edit. I spent 5 minutes looking. So what? You know what? You just sit home and be like, Johnny Mac just wants to sound cool and make it sound like he saw Joan Jett at Fordham University in 1987. He's probably making that up. Where were we? We were talking about Jimmy Kimmel. Howard Stern, not listed as a guest. Some people think that is weird. Anyway, let's get to it. Today, it's the Riyadh Comedy Festival. Performing is Jessica Kirson. We're told that Jessica Kirson brings whirlwind energy and razor-sharp honesty to the Riyadh Comedy Festival. Now, in 2021, Jessica Kirson, who's at the Riyadh Comedy Festival today, spoke to Forbes, and Forbes said, George Carlin said comics are modern-day philosophers, you're truth-tellers and whistleblowers. How are you seeing that in your career and the industry? And in 2021, Jessica Kirson told Forbes, I'm seeing that more than ever. The country needs us right now. We're saying everything that a lot of people want to say, but they can't. People can't go into their jobs and say the things that I'm saying on stage. They get fired that day. Seems like Jessica is very passionate about being able to say whatever you want to say, and free speech is pretty important. Jessica went on to say, I have a joke where I say I have kids and I'm gay. See, I'm trying to educate people in a funny way and show how ridiculous people are. We are truth tellers, but if you silence what we say, what's the line? The line apparently is whatever you're being paid tonight, Jessica. Sorry, I digressed. Did I say that out loud? I should have said that out loud. I have to remember to edit that out. I don't want to leave that in. Jessica said, I listen to the comics where I want to vomit. The things they say make me sick. But do I think they shouldn't be able to say it? No. Okay, sounds great. I look forward to your set tonight at the Riyadh Comedy Festival. Jessica Kirson. Now, I wanted to tell you what venue Jessica's at, but here I am on jessicakirson.com as I record this on Friday, September 26th, 2:20 p.m. Eastern Time. And she has listed as her tour dates, New Haven on the 26th, and then the next date listed was October 2nd at the New York Comedy Club. She's not listing the arena on the Riyadh Comedy Festival where she's performing tonight, Free Speech Advocate. And I want you guys to know what arena she's playing. Luckily, visitsaudi.com has the information for us. This is, of course, the world's largest comedy festival. A lot of your favorite comedians, including Jessica Kirson, playing there. Dave Chappelle was there recently. Gabe Iglesias there tomorrow night. Now, this is interesting. The graphic says September 29th. Everything I've read says September 29th. A box here says September 28th. I'm still unable to figure out where this is, other than it's at the Riyadh Comedy Festival. All right, I've clicked through to buy tickets. Oh, it's at the Mohammed Al Ali Theater. Looking forward to Jessica's set tonight, or maybe it was last night. I don't run the website. I don't know. I can only tell you what's in front of me. Would have loved to pull the information up from jessicakirson.com to give you the information correctly. John, is this why you opened up with a story about pizza ovens? Did you want to ease into this today? Is that what is going on here? Bill Burr, who was at the Riyadh Comedy Festival on Friday, is in talks to join the cast of Aaron Sorkin and Sony Pictures' The Social Network 2. Jeremy Allen White will play a Wall Street reporter. Jeremy Strong is said to be playing Mark Zuckerberg. Bill Burr is said to be playing a character that is fictional or an amalgamation, according to sources. I caused enough trouble in the first half. I'm going to head for home here. Like I said, I'm recording this on Friday. It's been a long week. It's actually 80 degrees out in September. I just want to go in the backyard and take a nap and maybe listen to Mark Malkoff with Wyatt Cenac or Louis C.K. on Theo Vaughn's podcast, or Pete Davidson, who's coming to the Riyadh Comedy Festival. He explained his reasoning of Theo Vaughn on Theo Vaughn's podcast. So Theo's had a lot of good guests. So let's see. Let's do a couple things here just to give you a full episode and get out of here. On the 800-Pound Gorilla channel today, David Gabory's Birth of a Nation. Oh, I know what I'll do. Let's talk about the worst person who ever lived. What's his name? Say it with me. That's right, Jay Leno. How dare Jay Leno comment on late night television? What does he know about it? The nerve of this guy. It infuriates me when Jay Leno talks about late night comedy as if he's some sort of expert in late night comedy. What does he know? Well, remember that story a couple weeks ago where Jay Leno had the nerve to help Harrison Ford with a 3D printed toilet seat? Well, Jay Leno told the story. Now, where did he tell the story? He was at one of his little charity events that Jay does. This is the Love Ride Foundation. Yeah, Jay Leno out there doing charity, talking about toilet seats. Jay Leno said in Harrison Ford's office in Wyoming, he's got some sort of unusual toilet with an unusual toilet seat, and he couldn't find a toilet seat replacement. So he called me and said, "Can you 3D print me one?" And I said, "Yeah, bring me the old one." So he brought me the old one, and we 3D printed it. That's the story. And then he said Harrison Ford was stunned how good it turned out. And then Jay said, "Anybody needs a 3D printed toilet seat, let me know." "Oh, I will let you know, Mr. I know something about late night. How dare you?" No bonus episode today. I think I'm not planning on doing one. I have no intention of doing one. I just want to chill out and relax. That's your comedy news for today. See you tomorrow.